Hi, everybody. This is the Butter Dish. We have a special guest episode today. We have Michael Partlow with us. He is an incredible group member in the SB gang. I've always noticed what an encourager he is and how much he loves to help people on their carnivore journey, in their fasting journey. He's a super fan and he just is so encouraging. He will post regularly in our group. He'll give us words to think about. He'll give us deep thoughts to think on. And I just want to thank you so much for all the work that you do with us and your presence in group. It's absolutely spectacular. So tell us a little bit.
Very nice to be here.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you doing in the world? And tell us a little bit about your carnivore journey. And let's get to know Michael a little bit.
So I'm a IT person at a hospital. So I get to talk to doctors and nurses all day yelling at me, and stress, but part of the reason why I came to carnivore is because I'm diabetic, and I was keto for a few years, and I could never get my sugar down. And when I came to carnivore, I dropped it. It was like 10 plus years of medications and doctor's appointments and stuff like that. And just eating meat fixed that for me. It was miraculous.
Amazing.
But,
when did that start? How long have you been carnivore?
I started carnivore. To begin with, I saw Dr. Sean Baker on Joe Rogan, and then I was looking for Sean on YouTube and found Michaela Peterson, and then I found this steak and butter girl with Raymond talking about this challenge they were doing, and I'm like, I gotta check that out. And so July 2nd of 2021, I started on my journey.
Same as us.
This is the same time that we joined Bella. And was July 2nd your first day carnivore, or had you been carnivore before then as well?
I thought I was carnivore for, I don't know, like maybe a month or so, but I realized I really wasn't. I was this heavy meat eater, you know what I mean? Especially coming from keto, macros, being like a keto chemist trying to create something out of something else that was chemicals and bad for your body. And it's just good to be able to nourish my body and my brain. I have ADD, hypothyroidism, diabetic, 50-year-old, so it's like I just wanted to heal things and be more happy and better to live with, and also walk my daughter down the aisle when she finds the right person. So,
This is amazing. And what convinced you that carnivore was going to change things for you? Coming from that keto perspective, were you fairly convinced, or did you kind of go in like, let's just see how this is?
Well, the funny thing is kind of like there's a meme out there. I think it's like a Nigerian guy or something like that, and he's got his finger to his head, and he goes, "If I don't eat sugar, it won't raise my blood sugar." And I'm like, that makes sense. So that's when I started to, check out carnivore, because it all stems around healing my diabetes. So
yes,
yeah.
Yes. Well, and Steven said the same thing when he's a diabetes specialist, of course, in the UK, and he was saying that he was learning all these things about this much insulin for this much and this medication for this much. And he's like, what would happen if we just took the trigger out? Yeah. Like, what's possible? Exactly. That's absolutely incredible.
Well, I mean, originally I started out with a thyroid medication and an allergy medicine. And then when I was diagnosed with diabetes, it's like all of a sudden I'm taking 12 medications a day, twice a day, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Okay. And I didn't feel like, I mean, yeah, it brought my sugar down from, like I think I was 11 something in my A1C,
Yeah.
and it brought it down to like the lowest I think was 7 whenever I was taking all the medications, and now I'm down to low 6, maybe 5 when I get it checked the next time.
Wow, that's incredible, Michael. I mean, that's going from full-blown diabetes to a pre-diabetic state. That's amazing. It's amazing.
Tell us about other changes. So at the peak of this, you were on 12 medications. Has that changed at all? Have the doses changed at all? What's that been?
Sure. I mean, I've taken out medications. I've taken out injections that I was taking. Felt healthier. Want to move around instead of want to just sit on the couch or fall asleep after I eat something. You know, it's strange how the body heals itself. You give it the right stuff and it heals itself.
This is incredible. And I love that right from the beginning of your journey, it seems to me that you came into community. And so I joined in July. All of us joined in July. So you're part of we have our own little brat pack here of July joiners.
Right? Exactly.
Present right now.
Yeah.
And
Now, I do want to say one thing though.
Yeah.
I want to be the November in the Carnivore men's calendar.
Oh, okay. Is that your birthday,
That's
Michael?
pretty good.
Is that your birthday?
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Pretty
Okay.
much.
Okay.
On the
So
26th.
Bart K has got March.
Yeah.
And, and Michael
Raven's
wants
birthday's in June.
November.
Yeah.
Gotta have goals.
3.
This is so good. Oh my, well, Steven's May. Steven and I have the same birthday. We were May 25th, but he says it's hers because he got it first.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just for the audience, for those that don't understand where we're coming from, yesterday we were blessed to be once again on Bart K's channel. And we just kind of threw out there because our coach, one of our coaches, revealed his physique on the channel. And so there was some discussion about having a calendar. So
Right.
that's what Michael's referring to. And I think we could all make it happen. That would be awesome.
I don't see why not. This works for me. If I'm going to have any men's calendar in my life, it's got to be carnivore.
Oh, yes. Definitely.
Oh, this is so good. Talk to me about community. Tell me what SB Gang community, what kind of a role has this played in your carnivore and your health journey?
To me, like obviously it's support. Like I enjoy hearing other people's successes and their missteps or their slips or what you want to call them, because I learn from that too. And I like to share things that I mess up on so that hopefully someone else doesn't have to go through that. The wisdom of the community is what I like.
This
and
is
obviously
amazing.
Great people, beautiful women like you guys, who wouldn't want to hang out in that? So
Well, who would want to hang out with beautiful spirited people? So that's what I'm saying. You're amazing. It's just great. I love that we have, obviously we connect in our live meetings and people will share their testimonies. And I love that people share their struggles. So thank you for pointing that out. We ask for that. Raymond specifically will say, tell us if something didn't go right, because that's where the learning is. We've kind of learned in this journey, we actually press into the difficult points. That is where we tend to learn. And so that is just incredible. I absolutely love it. So I want to talk about coaching a little bit, which is something that we do a lot of in the gang, in our live meetings. And I just wanted to know what your thoughts were about that in general, if you had any thoughts about coaching.
I mean, the wealth of knowledge that we have for various different topics and various different aspects of, I think Bella put together, or whatever, they all came together to well round out this whole community, so that no matter who it is, what their issue is, there's usually someone that they can relate with, or someone that can advise them, or it's just really amazing. And I've become a moderator, and like the tons of people that are coming in and their stories is just amazing. You know, and some of these people have already had successes, but they just wanted that something that they were missing, which to me is community. So
Oh my goodness. I love it. So
That's
beautiful.
and I mean the coaches, they're like I was saying, like you said Stephen for diabetes, and you've got, you know, Cherish for something, you've got Adek for something else, and just you've got so many various different people that relate with various different people that somewhere else there might not be that connection. And
Yes.
I just think it's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you
Beautiful.
for that, Michael. Thank
Yes,
you.
yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're so sweet. So you mentioned a lot of your non-scale victories, or what we like to call NSVs in the community. And so I'm just kind of curious, are there any non-scale victories that kind of caught you off guard outside of your medical healing?
Clarity of mind,
Okay.
and
Love that.
healing some of my ADD.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
And when, you know, when I'm fasting, like especially when I'm fasting, and then like less inflammation in my body, like I felt like I was 10 years younger, you know,
Oh,
so
God.
because I can move, and obviously lowering my blood sugar, lowering my insulin, lowering my thyroid medication.
Mhm.
You know, I didn't expect all that from just eating meat.
Yeah, isn't that just freedom, just to let go of being able to let go of all the medication that you were.
Mhm. Not to mention the
And
cost
I have to
savings.
say, my moniker, Fat Boy Carnivore, it's more about that we all have to realize that they were wrong when they said don't eat that.
Mm.
Eat animals' fats for a lot of healing in your body, a lot of hormonal things that go into the body, because you need the protein, you need the fat, you need the water, you need the salt, you know, and then it heals itself.
Amazing. I love to hear you talk about fat and how important that is. And so yeah, he on your handle and your idea, it's a Fat Boy Carnivore is kind of what you go by. And so that is an ode to fat, an ode to eating plenty of fat for your hormones, for your body, and for your healing. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I know. Michael's just not scared of fat. And I think that's quite rare, especially among men, I would say, that you just encourage everyone to eat your fats, and that's and we're just like amazed and like, okay, this is good. This is good. Good.
And
Yeah.
you are an awesome cheerleader in the gang for sure. Always there rooting
Well,
everybody on.
there's always a big bite out of my butter. You know, you'll see there's a big chunk out of it that I'm just eating a
I
chunk out of it.
noticed that. I was like, is that butter or cheese? And then I read the caption. It's like, oh yeah, that's butter. So that's going to be a staple. Like
Yeah.
that. Well, that's Michael right there. Big old
And I
butter.
love it when new members come in and they comment, do you really eat that much butter? And you go, yes, I do. I mean, it's like, of course.
It's fantastic. So I want to go back real quick. Why do you think, this is going to be an off the cuff question, why do you think you couldn't get to a good place with your medical healing, specifically diabetes, with keto? Because keto is touted as a very good for diabetics, high fat, moderate protein, low carbohydrates. And a lot of diabetics see a lot of healing, but it doesn't quite get them all the way. So what was it for you? Why do you think you weren't seeing the results you thought?
So I think it is the carbs being there, even though they were fibrous, they were non-starchy. I mean, I could eat a potato, you know, and I would just fall asleep because the starch just puts me to sleep. But like I would eat, you know, broccoli and all the, you know, avocados, which I still like avocados, but I just don't eat them anymore.
There
But
you go.
it's like that little, I think Stephen Thomas had said that the 10% of the carbs, or not being carnivore, is 50% of the battle.
I love it.
Yes.
breaking everything down and, you know, changing the metabolic, and you lose weight, you lose the sugar. And then it's like it makes all the difference in the world. That and that plus the chemicals that I was trying to substitute for the natural food.
Mhm, mhm.
That
Totally.
was, I think, blocking a lot of things. And, you know, I was just like, so it's okay to have these bleached chemical things, and it's going to help me. And then I was just like, I don't think that's right. I don't think
Mhm.
that's, I got to find something else. So,
I think you hit right on it. That was something that a lot of folks, I think, have to learn, that even Stephen himself said that in his own journey, that he was
Mhm.
90%, and it wasn't until he went all in that he got additional benefits.
Mhm.
So that's a fantastic message. Thank you for answering that question. So what's one thing that you wish you knew when you started Carnivore, that you didn't know that you wish you know, that you know now that you knew when you started?
to prime from day one.
Yes.
Love that.
Tell us more. Tell us more.
Oh,
Oh, you got
And
Emily excited.
right. And you know, I had fasted, I had done keto, you know, I'm stubborn Texan. So I mean, I was just like, you know, I know how to do this. I'm good. I don't need to prime. And then, but once I primed, it's like it's a whole, I don't have all the cravings and stuff like I did before that, where I would, you know, have, you know, ice cream or something like that before I go to bed or something like that, and then go back into keto or to carnivore the next day. You know, it's like it just it satiates things, and you're just like, I don't want to eat anything,
Mhm.
and so therefore you don't want to eat carbs, and then also you have all the things in your body, so it's got what it needs, and it's not craving these other things that, you know, for 50 years or whatever they've taught us is what your body needs, but it really doesn't. It needs, you know, protein, amino acids, fat, water, obviously. So
Can you
I hope
tell
that
us
helped.
more about your priming journey? When did you prime and how long?
um, I I think it was my third month, I think, that I primed. The funny thing is like, you know, you're like, I did the fasting, I did level 3 fasting in the first month, and that was pretty easy for me as far as
Mhm.
like the fasting part of it. Obviously, the way that everything is stair step to get you to that point, easy. That was fine. I lost 20 pounds. You know, I was like, great. My sugar went down. Everything's great, but I still kept having these little, you know, cravings for this or that. And so I'm like, I went and I ate. I did the priming. I started doing the priming, 3+3, you know, on the stair stepping it down, and I didn't have those cravings anymore. And also, like, I just felt better. It just makes it you're. It's like I was, you know, and I gained. I think I gained like 15 pounds at that point over
Sure.
that month.
Of course.
And so I was like, oh man, I lost 20 pounds and I gained 15 back. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'm 5 pounds down from when I started. And
Yes.
then that
Yes.
has, you know, started to come down, and, you know, I'm just happy. I'm glad that
I
I
love it. I love
learned
it.
from you guys, and, you know, submitted myself to just do the process
Yes.
and trust it and eat and be happy.
This
Was
is
it
so good.
during the priming that you I mentioned, I remember you posting that you ate butter in bed, or was it in front of the TV? Yeah, was that, yeah, just to make sure you have that last bit of butter at the end of the evening.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And my unless I'm fasting, but
Mhm.
and even if I'm fasting, if I'm having any inkling of like some type of sugary carb type of craving, I'll just take unsweetened butter and even say like if I'm like my wife will be eating ice cream, and I'll go and I'll have a thing of frozen butter, and I'll
Yes.
just take a bite out of it and just get that in my mouth and swoosh it around,
Yes.
and I'm good.
Oh,
It's
wonderful.
so good. I love it. Absolutely amazing. So we don't like to focus on this too much, but we do like to know, do you know how much weight you have lost since you've been with us and since last summer?
Well, I weighed today because I didn't know because I don't normally weigh,
Yeah.
and I went from 225 and I'm down to 111 today. I mean 211, excuse me. 211 today.
Yes.
So
Yes. Oh, this is brilliant. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh,
But
so
how
great.
many sizes trousers? I remember you.
oh yes, yes. Yeah, I mean that's really how I gauge is like
Mhm.
my wife, I've been working a lot of hours because I work at a hospital, and you know the virus that will not be named and everything like that.
Mhm.
People quitting and being laid off and stuff because of
Understaffed.
it. But so I'm literally working every day for like the next 2 weeks, and so I had my pants that I bought, which were 32s, and I normally wear those. I call them the skinny jeans, and I had to put my other pants on, and I felt like I was wearing a sack or something because they're like 36, and like so they're just like bunched up because my
So
belt
you
is
used to
smaller and
be in a
everything now.
36 and now you're in that's kind of where you were starting. You were in a 36, now you're in 32s.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Incredible.
Incredible.
And I
I
mean,
love
I'm
it.
not a skinny guy yet, but you know,
We see the
I'm
difference.
working on it.
We see the difference. You're
Yeah.
slotted for your calendar slot. Don't worry.
I mean, I feel like, and I really haven't been working out, but I feel like I'm
Oh
getting
yeah.
more
Yes,
muscle.
you are.
You
You
know,
are.
That's all carnivore, Michael. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. All you got to do is lift heavy things around the house, really, and you'll get some definition. That's for sure. So
Yeah.
that's
Love it.
amazing. So, what benefits do you find from having a support group like the SBG Gang?
I it's part of my life now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of like having your best friend with you all the time.
Oh my
As
gosh.
far as like, there's so many
Adek.
people I can talk to. Drina in over in Australia, you know, I watch Bart over in New Zealand, and Adek, up in the Netherlands, and then it's just, I don't know. I think it's really awesome. Just the cultures, the love that people have for each other. Sorry.
No, it's beautiful.
We're there too.
Nice.
Yes. We feel it
So
too. It's so special. I don't know what happened that Bella thought to do this. And she was just
I
lonely. That's what she said.
I
She
think
said
her
she
all the
was lonely.
time. I was just like,
Yeah, you
you
do.
know,
We all
it's
do.
just awesome that she created this, and it's grown the way it has. Just I don't know if you guys believe in God, but I believe that it came from God and is going to help millions of people. So
Yes,
Absolutely.
we
And
feel the
thanks to
same way.
folks like you sharing your story, right? I'm with Michael. I get life. That's why we do this on the Butter Dish, because I get life from not just the success stories, right, which are great, but I also get life from the journey story and the stories of when you stumble, and just having a whole bunch of people just to kind of say, hey, it's going to be okay. Give yourself a little grace and just pick yourself back up with your next meal. So yeah.
grace and self-love.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, you're
And it's only a meal away.
Yeah.
One
Oh,
at a time. One at
If
a
you
time.
messed up, you think you messed up. I mean, as long as you learn from it, it's only one meal away.
You should say what you always say as well. Like
Michaelisms. We have Michaelisms. Go
yeah,
ahead, Adek.
like
Yes.
I know one that just I use all the time as well as eat meat, repeat. I see that all the time in the chat box. People love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I remember when you came to the Mighty Networks, I was already there, just in the big group, and then you came in, and I said, and I noticed you right away, because your way of talking or a way of writing is completely different, because we are there helping each other, giving each other advice. And there's this Michael coming in, and it's more like a teddy bear. I call you as our group, the way you talk and write things, and your perspective. And what actually struck me one day, because I wasn't feeling that well, and I opened up Mighty Networks, and the first thing that came up to me was, I choose joy. And that made me so happy. Oh gosh, I'm crying now.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I choose joy, and just being carnivore, choosing carnivore, and that made me wake up, smile and get out of bed that day. So I wanted to ask you, what brings you joy, Michael?
Seeing my family happy. I like to target shoot guns, and kissing my 6-pound guard.
Let's see.
Oh my goodness.
Carnivore
Now,
baby.
The baby kind of came in from the back. I thought maybe you were going to bring your wife around and give her a sniff.
She's in the shower, so.
Michael, that story inspired that question. We ask everybody the joy question because of you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
thank you for that.
You've mentioned that one of your whys is to guide your daughter on the aisle, how you say, in the aisle or on the aisle?
Yep.
Do you have any
Walk
others?
her down the aisle.
Yes. Do you have any other things you'd like? Do you have a bucket list?
I'd like to travel to London and Australia. I'd like to do that. I think that would be fun.
Holland, then.
There you go. See? I could do that. Around the world.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And if you could invite 3 famous people to your house for dinner, what would they be? Or who will they be, and why?
Well, and these are obviously not necessarily people that I could actually invite, but it'd be Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla, and Sean Baker.
Oh,
nice.
Wow. Sean made a really cool list.
Yeah.
And then do you have any
I didn't.
Do you have any specific reasons why you've chosen these 3 people?
I don't know. I'm like an engineer type of mind. So I like those type of people. And also, for Sean was the first person that I had heard of, and kind of, I guess, the apostle of carnivore to me, I guess you'd say. And so, and I want to be a carnivore ambassador to others, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And show the good parts of things and be an example for others for that. So, but I'm just, like I said, I'm an engineer, so those are the people that like sparked my mind when I was a kid, and so I thought it would be interesting to have them around the table talking together.
Amazing.
And you are an ambassador, more than you know. I know that what you contribute in our community is very powerful, and you touch people more ways than you realize. So thank you for that.
Michael, part of the core of Mighty Networks. I don't think it'll be the same without you. You've
Well, we won't have to worry about that.
You're not allowed to
He's a
leave.
lifer, you guys. He's a lifer.
I would have to say that I probably get more back than what I get from the Mighty Network. So,
thank you.
So thank you, everyone out there watching.
Yeah, thank you very much, Michael.
Well, ladies, I think that's a perfect way to close. Michael, thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification button. And Michael, did you want us to give your IG so people can connect with you?
Sure. It's Fat Boy Carnivore.
All right. We'll link it in the comments below. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Bye.